It's your boy 212 Flyers here. So today we are talking about the clan battles and how you can actually get the most amount of clan stars in your clan battles. I actually do have the very first person to hit 100k in the game. He's actually on my clan and we're in a call right now, and so he's gonna kind of hop in and tell y'all a little bit about it. But before we do, I just wanted to show y'all, I thought it was really cool. So this is our clan, 212. And if you come right here, we have Ole the Axolotl right here. He has actually hit 100k. And we actually have another player who's already hit over 51k. He's also like a top 75, top 50 player. So it's really cool to see. And we are grinding for the clan battles. So if you're willing, like if you want to join, we would love to have new players come in, help grind. We are currently in 52nd. But in diamonds we are like 17, I believe 16. So we're really on the grind trying to get our clan battles and stuff up. So it'd be really cool if anyone is looking for a clan and you are really good at grinding. Definitely would appreciate it if y'all could come and join up. So some of the things that we are looking for some of the things in the clan battles in order for you to actually progress really fast is you have to go through your clan quests and stuff like that, and you have to get a bunch of stuff in order to complete your clan quests. But you do get these points such as going through the 4-star, 3-star, 2-star, 1-star. It's basically like running your rank quest, but it's clan version. So I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna let Ole do a little bit of talking and even show some of the stuff that he has, like this graph right here that shows different players. Right now, as you can see, Ole does have his main and his alt account right here. I believe his main is on his left and his alt is on his right. He does have certain strategies that he will tell us a little bit about on certain quests in order to help him progress a little bit faster. So I guess the first question I really want to ask is like, what is like the best thing to do? I've noticed that a lot of top tier clans have been like going through like, they've been skipping like the tier 1 and 2 quests and then like focusing on those 3 and 4s. So like, what is like the easiest way to do it? And I guess what are some quests that you kind of like try and skip over if you end up getting them?
All right, so just to start off with the ones that you can see on here on where my alt is, though there's the lucky block for the 3-star quest and the comments for the 4-star quest. Now the problem with the lucky block is that sometimes it will glitch and we still don't understand why. So to prioritize, there's the comments. So I like to get rid of the comments first, and then when there's things like breakables, diamond breakables, that's when I start to prioritize with the lucky blocks. Now 1 and 2-star quests I typically tend to ignore, so I continue to focus on 3 and 4 stars. Now there are some 3-star quests that are first come first serve, and this is my strategy for that. So sometimes I like to fill up the 3-star quest typically towards the end. I never go over, I typically count the minutes, but that's my personal preference. I usually come over on this side. If there's still some there, I like to switch over, check on my main, and then switch to my alt. Let's say for lucky block, I place a lucky block down. Once this refreshes, it'll be either 2,500 rainbow pets, 25,000 gold, or team enchants potions. That's when I would go, okay, so I can just quickly go here, enchants, scroll down, done. And then my strategies for the pets is I like to keep these in boxes ready and use it. For example, the gold, the rainbows, all I have to do is take all out, just go straight to the rainbow, and then left click, okay.
Okay, that's pretty quick. So I guess the next thing is I noticed that a lot of players have been struggling with the lucky block quests that have actually been breaking their servers. Like I know for me personally, I've actually had to break my server a few times. So I was just curious on like what can you do like if your server messes up from like lucky blocks. Like I noticed that a lot of people just sit around and like just you can't really do anything. So like how do you prevent it, or what can you do?
So what I usually do is sometimes with my enchant loadout, I have a massive comment, because sometimes the massive comment can break out that glitch and So I would end up finding an empty server.
I guess do you run with like actual clan members, or do you like running solo? Like what's the benefit of both, I guess you could say, if you have any?
So I'd say I prefer running it solo. Now the reason why I feel that way is because usually when I'm just running with my alt and my main, I know typically I can get, let's say, pinatas. I can easily get 2 pinatas, one on my main and one on my alt. But if I run it with people, depending on the strength or the power of their loadout, either all is getting one or none are getting any. So I can't guarantee that everyone is gonna get a point. And I like running it solo because of my strategies on how I get each and every quest done in a fast and efficient manner.
Okay. I noticed that you were actually able to get your quests actually a little bit quicker than most people. Would you kind of explain like how you're able to get a little bit ahead of people? Is it more ping based? Is there like certain strategies that you use in order to like be able to find or get those quests before other people?
So my strategy in running this, like being able to do these quests in a fast and efficient manner, is sometimes I like to view these quests on both my main and alt. As you can see, what just happened on my alt, it was able to refresh the quest a lot faster than my main. So what I typically do is I usually use my alt, since I typically get refreshes updated faster. So for example, when I see that there's comments, how I do it is I would run my main. I always leave this up with the comments, and I would aim to show this side of the area, and then on my alt I show the other side. And I like to manually spawn these comments, coin jars, pinatas. And as you can see, I can place down one comment, and then I'm able to visually see when it breaks, so that I can continuously spawn as they break.
So you could actually go through them a lot quicker. Okay,
Exactly.
that makes sense. So I'm guessing this is the graph that you were using in order to check like your stuff. So what I see is I have seen a little differences in some of these things. So if you're looking at like the top 2 players, I've noticed that their points haven't really changed very much. I know that you can hover over. Would you mind hovering over your name real quick on the thing? And so I can see like your points are actually going up a little bit over time, so you're actually able to see like the growth. But the first 2 players, it doesn't look like over the last like day like they've touched the game. So I guess I don't really know how I can explain it other than how are these people able to get so high without really even playing the game, without exploiting, because I've heard and I've seen that you've actually been spending like 24 hours, multiple hours, like 12 to 24 hours every day grinding this game. So do you believe that these people are exploiters, or do you think that like they know how to grind the game? Like what are you thinking?
Now, me personally, like I can understand where people are coming from, that they are potentially using exploits. Now, of course, me not viewing this, I cannot confirm yes, this is what they were doing. Now, what I can say is, like, with my progress and me grinding all these hours, it takes, a huge amount of time for me to progress from point A to point B, and which is in this case starting off at 67k to 100k. So it is kind of weird to see that someone with 127k points just has this very static line with their data. It gives me like a neutral stance. Like there is potential that they could be using exploits, but I'm not trying to say that they are for sure.
So how was it, I guess you could say, competing against some of these other people? Like I'm guessing that person Noisy, he was one of the people that you were competing against. So like how did that go? Because you can see on the graph, like he was actually ahead of you for a while. So like what made it? Like how are you able to pass him so quickly and do that?
So what I was striving to do is I had in mind I want to try to hit 100K before most of the other players on this list. Now, when I've seen that Noisy was number one, my goal in mind was to pass. So as I was getting closer, I was like, okay, I got this in my bag. But then it started like I've started noticing like around this area, I'm like, okay, so now there's competition. Now, in my mind, I was thinking, man, he might actually do the goal I was setting. And I was thinking about, but as I kept going, I kept pushing. I'm like, I should actually just work hard to do it. And thankfully, with the orange that was given with these quests, I was able to push through a lot harder towards the end and make it to 100K right before all the other people.
Okay. Well, that's awesome. So I guess one of my last questions I have for you, and then we'll hop over to Viz and ask him some questions real quick. But I guess what is some tips that you can give like players who might not have a big team or things in order to kind of progress in clan battles and stuff like that? What is some tips that you can give them?
Now, a tip I actually would love to give is if you know your team is not great, it doesn't hurt to reach out to your clan members that do have a powerful team. If they are running servers, be with them. Let them help you. And if you need things like pinatas, if you need pets for the certain quests, don't hesitate to ask for help. Your clanmates will help you. And being able to run a server with a person that has a good team, they'll be able to aid you with certain things like lucky blocks, pinatas. When you're by their side, they can bring just faster, pinatas faster, and you're getting the same amount of points as they are when you're running it with them. So that means that you're also gaining points in a fast and efficient manner, and that can help the clans overall.
Okay, that is awesome. Well, thank you, dude, and congrats on being, in my opinion, the first person to hit 100K. But I'm gonna hop over to Viz. Hopefully, Viz is still here. Viz.
Yeah, I'm with you, buddy.
Okay, my question that I have for you is, what do you think on the RNG of clan battles? Like, Ole was talking a little bit about RNG. Like, what do you think? Do you think that some clans, I guess, get an advantage in clans, like they actually benefit more from RNG than other clans? Like, do you think that
Most
they're
definitely. Well, you gotta look at some clans as well, right? Like some clans have the type of team that you want, where 40 to 50 people are high ranks, a lot of huges, and are constantly capping 10,000 breakables on a quest for 10 people, which are literally flying through it in 5 minutes, where a normal clan with maybe only 10 people like that are taking 15 minutes, 20 minutes to do a quest like that. So they're knocking out 3 quests and you're only knocking out 1.
exactly? So what do you think they should do in order to change that, I guess?
It's really hard to speculate flowers, because if you do something like that for one person, you got to do it for everyone. Say you fix the RNG for lower clans to get those easier quests, then higher clans also should have just as many of those easy quests. When you're looking at it that way, they also have 20 people that can run those easy quests faster than the other clan can run, who only probably has 1 or 2 people that can run those quests.
Yeah, I see that. I definitely I agree. I think there should be some way to kind of figure it out, but I just think that RNG could play such a big role in this game, and especially looking at like the last clan battle, there are people who got stuck with like the boss chest, in multiple rounds, or some people got lucky and got the four chest rooms a lot, and there's definitely a bunch of RNG. I feel that the RNG kind of makes it so you can get lucky and get more points than other people, and I just think that RNG shouldn't really be a thing in clan battles, because it could be the difference between, you know, like 3 or 4 positions in certain clans.
Unfortunately, I have to disagree with you there. I do prefer the RNG base. I mean, they could change the algorithm a little bit, but I think RNG should stay because it shows how much you're willing to put into it. Like, just because you get a couple of bad runs on quests doesn't mean you can just stop right there. Like, you didn't see me stopping, you wouldn't have seen Ole stopping. We sat there,
That is true.
pushed through those quests, and kept pushing through them, even if servers were breaking or we had to refresh servers, just to make sure the plan was going. So you see a different commitment between people when RNG is playing.
I mean, you know how I feel on RNG. You know, I've never been one to have great luck on opening eggs.
Luck is not there at all.
So I guess what's a tip that you can give others, because you also, like I said, have a bunch of points. What is something that you can kind of help out for like newer players that, you know, something Ole hasn't already said?
The one thing that, well, everyone says it and no one ever follows it, is you have to be able to put your head down and just push through it. Like, your willpower, what you want to do, like, put the goal there for yourself, because you're the only one that can beat it. No one's gonna push you to do it. So if you're not willing to throw it down and make sure you're willing to give everything you have, then you're not gonna get the points you want.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, for me, I've noticed a lot of newer players have struggled in trying to go through and get stuff like that. And I think both of y'all made really good points. I mean, using clan members and just actually sitting down and grinding the game. A lot of newer players don't really understand that is actually how you progress really well. And I've noticed that a lot of newer players don't actually run good enchants, that they don't have, you know, like certain charms if they do have huges. But there is a lot of stuff that I believe some people are missing, and it can really like double their progress if they really like sat down, figured out like some of their good like enchants or potions or just certain things, and I feel like they'd actually progress a lot faster. But I guess I could say it's how they play the game rather than like how much time. I feel like it's a little bit of, I don't know how to explain it, but I would say more of just like their team could be fixed to be more efficient, if I would say it that way.
I think I know what you're saying. It's about adapting to the game, because the game is changing. It changes every day. Like 4 hours, 8 hours in, it could be a different game. You don't know when an update's gonna come. You don't know what's gonna drop. But if you're not around, if you're not seeing it, you can't adapt to it. Like, if you're gone for a few days and something happened and you weren't there when it happened, well, that just changed how you're supposed to play the game.
I agree. Yeah, I just wanted to come in and just see how, you know, just basically say congratulations again to Ole and Biz. You know, hopefully you get that top 50 grind to get top 50 players. But yeah, I just wanted to come in and make this video and try and, you know, help y'all guys out, you know, just see if there's ways that y'all can actually improve in clan battles. You know, just these are 2 top players right here, and I just wanted to kind of get information from them so I can kind of help y'all out. And at the end of the day, that's what I love to do. I want to make sure that people are getting the most amount of help that they can to improve their, not only their team, help improve their clan. So improve your clan, your team, your gem count, whatever your goal is. I'm trying to help y'all out in order to make sure y'all reach those goals. Again, thanks to Ole and Biz. But guys, I'm gonna head out, and I will see y'all guys in the next video. Peace.